Dear children, we are continuing our English class plus 2 Matchbox written by Asha Purna Devi. The main character of the story is Nomita. The villain of the story is Ajit. Other sub-characters, a washerman and the joint family members. Also the mother of Nomita. We discussed in the last class that women are compared to matchbox by Asha Purna Devi. She wants to say that women are naturally quiet, understanding, suffering. All these good qualities are there. But the writer reminds the women not to be suppressed, not to give a chance to be suppressed. They should react wherever they have to. They are not slaves. They are not servants. They are equal to men, and women should come forward. We had discussed Nomita was married to Ajit, a high-class joint family. Nomita was very poor. She had lost her father, and her mother was very proud of her son-in-law, thinking that he was a king. He was handsome. He was well worth to be the husband of Nomita. And in many ways, the mother of Nomita was very happy. She was very happy that she let her daughter to be married to a handsome boy, to a rich boy, to a well-accepted boy. But nobody knows the sufferings a girl underwent. So in the story, we stopped the class with Nomita's decision to write to her mother. Don't write to her anymore and don't expect any help from Ajit or Nomita. She could not tolerate to that situation. Let's see what is the following in the page number 19, second paragraph onwards. Right then, Ajit steps into the room after finishing his leisurely Sunday bath. Nomita's sharp indignation at the insult, simmering all this while, seems to want to dash itself violently against him. Nomita rose out. When did this letter arrive? See, he had gone to have bath, and while he was coming back to the room, she had gone through the letter. She had realized the problems, and she made a lot of decisions. One decision was that to write to her mother, no more to write a letter to her. She was burning because she was angry, for he did not even mention about the letter. That was unbearable for her. Now the lady was very much burnt with passion, anger. And when he came into the room, she roared, she shouted, "When did this letter arrive? Ajit glances at her obliquely, means very carelessly, obliquely, very leisurely, very freely, very carelessly. Estimating the magnitude of his error, he realized his mistake, the error, the mistake. He realized that he should have told her, but he did not. It was purposeful attempt. He, very silly way he took the reaction of Nomita. Another handful of cash for this, he had thought, and decided not to give the letter to Nomita. He was going to tear it up and throw it away. He's made a big mistake. Actually, by receiving the letter, he thought the mother-in-law was demanding more money. So he wanted to tear it and throw it. But he forgot. He just put it in the pocket. He wanted to tear it. He wanted to throw it out. But he put it into his pocket and forgot about it. That may be a forgetfulness. Throwing out, maybe, may have forgotten. But ignoring the letter was not forgotten. It was a purposeful attempt because he had done it several times. Not that Ajit is going to feel abased about that. Abased means felt ashamed. Abased means felt ashamed. He was not ashamed, or he was not expressing that it was not very polite to have such a dealing. He was not abased. He was not feeling guilty of that. As though trying hard to remember, he says, letter? What letter? Oh, yes, indeed. There was a letter from your mother. I just hadn't got around to giving it to you. I did not think it was necessary to be given to you. Why hadn't you got around to it? Why? Answer me. Why hadn't you got around it? She was very angry. She just asked him, why, fellow? You fellow, why? What a nuisance! You fellow, what a nuisance! Hey, lady! I had forgotten. Why else? He was not taking the response or the reaction of the girl very seriously. Liar! Nomita hisses like a snake. Now, Nomita is very angry. The hissing sound is made by snake. That is that sound. You fellow, stop! You're a liar! Why are you saying whatever comes to your mouth? Don't speak. Don't people forget. See, when she was becoming angry, and whatever her mouth utters, Ajit asks another question. Why are you saying whatever comes to your mouth? Don't people forget? See, don't forget, I am your husband. You are from a low-class family. Don't forget all that. No, they don't. Why did you open my letter? That is not the matter. Why did you open the letter? This charge Ajit tries to scatter to the winds. What if I opened it, my own wife's letter? What is wrong? Have I not the right to open my own wife's letter? Be quiet. I tell you, for what reason should you open my letters? What right have you got to open my letters? Haven't I told you several times, 1,000 times, I forbid you? Ajit doesn't fear Namida's anger, he fears a row. So he smiles, an affected smile, and says, if you are forbidding it, then it is definite something. Then he says, if you say, I have no right to open my own wife's letter, there is something wrong with the letter. Maybe a secret love. Stop it. What a common, vulgar man you are. What a dirty fellow you are. I have been living with you several years. Have you ever received a love letter, a secret love letter? What a fellow you are. What a nonsense are you speaking? Namida asks Ajit. After this, it is not possible for Ajit to smile his fake smile any longer. Now, Ajit cannot make a false smile. Now, he too picks up the poisoned knife. He says, is that so? Those who whine day and night and hold out their palms to their son-in-law, they are the high-class people. A dung picker's daughter becomes a queen, and so on. Now, he changes his plan. He is trying to attack her on her poverty, on the background of dowry, and on the background of her mother. You know, Namida was an orphan. In a way, her father was dead. Partially, she was orphan. Her mother was not very rich. She used to do some dirty jobs like picking up cow dung and so on. Cow dung was used, or now also in North India, they use cow dung mixed with this grass powder or hay powder and so on, hay pieces or grass pieces. They mix with cow dung and they make like a chapati and dry it in the sun, and it is used as firewood. So this mother may be doing that work and so on. So he is humiliating the wife. Humiliating means disgracing, humiliating or disqualifying, or as a low class. He is condemning their poverty. Namida says, shut up! Their rooms on the 3rd floor, that's a blessing. Now she is very angry. She said, you fellow, shut up! And it was a roaring sound. And the writer says, it was luck that they were on the 3rd floor of the building. Otherwise, everybody of the house might have heard the problem. Shut up! Ajit roars. Now Ajit is making a roaring sound and demands Namida to shut up. What shut up? I'll do what I want, what I please. What will you do? Can you do anything? Then he asks her some questions. Why do you say to me, shut up? I'll do whatever I wish, what I please. What can you do? Can you do anything? I can't. I can't do anything. Almost panting. She is panting. I can't. Namida pronounces each word clearly. You want to see if I can do anything? Yes, I can't. You think I can't, but I will show you what I can do. And immediately she does something that is astonishing. He is shocked by her reaction. She grabs Ajit's matchbox that's lying near his cigarettes on the table, and she lights a matchstick and touches it to her sari. I'll show you what I can do. She picks up the matchbox, which was used by Ajit for smoking. She lights, and she lights her sari. What is the condition? You can understand, you can remember who will be put into prison if something happens to her. So it is a threaten. It is a threaten. Do you think that the threatening is positive? Never. You should do that. You should not do that. But anyway, this is some reaction. But in the modern world, that reaction should not be imitated. Instantly it flares up, the very fine ankle of a wealthy wife's sari. That is, her sari is very, very costly. And that sari is burning now. It is already lit. The matches struck and the flame came, and she put the flame on the sari. The very next instant, Ajit, have you gone mad? Ajit is asking her, are you gone mad? He says, and jumps to her side and grabs the burning patch and slaps it between his hands and puts out the fire. Immediately he jumps from the spot and slaps the fire, the burning portion of the sari, and he puts the fire, put off the sari, put off the burning, put off the fire. And to tell the truth, now he is a little afraid. See, she did something to make a threat to him, and he is threatened. He looks fearfully at Namida's face, sees a fire burning there, bright, blazing red. He just looked at her. Her face was burning. Not the sari. Her face was burning with anger. He doesn't have the courage to put out that fire by slapping it between his hands. So he tries to pour water on it. With a great difficulty, he attempts to speak normally. You lose all common sense when you get angry, don't you? A woman and such anger. Oh! Now he changes his temper. He is becoming very cool. He is becoming very, very pleasing manner behavior. You fellow lady, why do you get so angry? When you are angry, you look like very mad. And so he is pacifying, pleasing her. Who knows what Nomida would have said next? But right then, her niece Rini steps into the room. She did not say anything. By the time, the niece, you know what is niece? Not a sneeze, niece. Brothers, sisters, children are known as niece. That is girls. Your mother's sister's daughter is your niece, is their niece. Your cousin, their niece. Your uncle's daughter is their niece, and for you they are cousins. Don't say cousin brother or cousin sister. From the very statement we can understand cousin by stating he is my cousin. Don't say he is my cousin brother. Okay. Now the niece is coming to the room to say something. Then the remaining we shall discuss in the next class. If you have any problem in discussing the English class only in English, you let me know. We will use Malayalam interpretations also. Okay, thank you.